Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Patrick Mahomes leading out the defending champions. And Patrick Mahomes, of course, the Pro Bowl quarterback in his fourth season now.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other two-thirds, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams.
Number 20.
The numbers for Williams a week ago, 20 carries, 93 yards.
Are we playing old-school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
On second down, Williams. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Now we see the 14-time Pro Bowler, maybe the greatest to ever play the position, Tom Brady, getting set to lead this Buccaneer offense.
Well, partner, how many times do we talk about it going into a season? At some point, we have to figure that age is going to catch up to Tom Brady, but how long have we been wrong about that? I'd say probably about the last 10 years. Last year, he threw for over 4,000 yards again. Should go over 75,000 passing yards in his career early this season. He's still got it, and what a new challenge he's got in Tampa Bay. Excited about the opportunity.
So after the INT, it's Brady. That ball complete to Isabella. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
brought down.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week. The hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Brady. He completes it to Evans. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
He's got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Bradley Pinion to kick off.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Winfield Jr. Patrick Mahomes sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of
good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And this is caught by Watkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Winfield Jr.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
A 12-yard gain. It's now
on 4th down. Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
Formation for the Chiefs.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Give him 23 yards on the pickup. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Dorian O'Daniel on the tackle. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 30.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette.
Leonard Fournette on the carry.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Brady. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
They do go for it. It's Brady. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, coach.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
By the Chiefs.
Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
They're swooping. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here a throw taken in by Watkins.
Mahomes pass.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Jerome Baker in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 7, Chiefs 0. Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good.
His kick is
and
good.
They are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Chiefs 3.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And this is caught by Evans. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
The 49-yard line.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Brady going to go on 4th down. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
6-yard line.
Brady now on 1st down. This one caught by Isabella. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and completion of a play? Hook the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Kickoff for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. He finds an opening past the 40. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, couldn't you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Here's a give to Fournette. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. It's caught. Smith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
To Irv Smith.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At their 49-yard line.
Shotgun now for Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. 11 yards there, first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory right at the 40. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Got a man open. It's Ross. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A gain of 37.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run.
The kickoff for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21.
Here's Damian Williams making his way back out. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a first down.
First down, Chiefs.
Mahomes now on first down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Kansas City.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Touchdown.
Demarcus Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Dorian O'Daniel, third-round pick in 2018, made the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. That ball complete to Isabella. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Intercepted by...
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Mahomes now on 1st down. It's Kelsey on the ground. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They go play fake. Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Tyreek Hill.
He got 29 yards that time.
And a 1st down, Chiefs.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, but it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Butker's kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Denver, and it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. Drew Brees at it again, 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head eastward to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill, a monstrous game in the victory. 7 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were winners in that one over the...
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Harrison Butker.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And here we we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense.
And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Evans once again the intended receiver, and it's second down.
25-yard line.
To throw again, Brady. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays. And there's an example of that right there.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. Two of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Andy Isabella, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Bradley Pinion, the kickoff for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter three, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Field Jr.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack on first down, Mahomes, it's Hill, complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. It's complete to Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Complete to Damian Williams.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To try again after the sack. Mahomes. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now here's Mahomes. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Patrick Mahomes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 33. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question is, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. John Ross with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 30-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Jones.
34-yard line.
And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 27. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
30-yard line.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
The ball carrier.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The fourth touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
That drive, they really increased their cushion. It felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their 25-yard line. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Number 26.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 11.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. His throw incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. The second and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. Now it's Mahomes again. That's complete to his tight end, Seals-Jones. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, they had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Back now in Tampa. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Chiefs on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
A gain of 7.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, he's got his man on the crossing route. Mahomes, a good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Well, it's a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
A handoff to Fournette, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the fourth quarter when you've got the lead. Your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
Leonard Fournette on
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Brady's throw complete there to Evans. 20! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady, and the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Complete, the tight end Kelsey.
Mahomes pass.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
35-yard line.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Intended for
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. 44, Mike, 44. I'm on.
Mahomes to throw once more. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
Tom Brady sacked.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
A 2-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll go again to Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they'll throw with Brady. It's caught, Smith. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. 2nd down and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
For Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Here's Mecole Hardman. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Mahomes now on 1st down. They'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Mahomes now to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, 10, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
Butker on for the PAT.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Brady going to look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And these numbers on our monitor are getting hard to believe. He's closing in now right on the doorstep of 500 yards passing.
I'm glad that you watched the monitor and said it first because I had trouble absorbing that. That's big time right there, right? That means everything just about has gone right for them and his squad in this game. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Again, a run with Vaughn. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. Jim. Mike 50.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And this one complete to Smith. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Out of bounds at the 40.
My next teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
16 yards, a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. They shakes him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bucs, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they drop their 7th game on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.